Hey guys, I am coming to you today to show you how to make the Santa Cam. So this is the Santa Cam. I did this one in red. I'm going to try a different color this time. I'm going to keep this one for myself so that I'll be on my best behavior. So at least hopefully Santa will come see me, you think? But I know a lot of people struggle with where to purchase their little camera lens, and this is all cardstock minus the front part right here. This is just an image printed out on copy paper, and then I glued it all together. So I'm going to walk through the process with you on how to create the Santa Cam. They're very cute, and you can do them in multiple colors. And I will tell you that you do have to be careful with them because when you first create them, if you drop it, the glitter will move. Okay, so you have to actually let this dry for like 2 hours or so. And mine has been drying since Friday, and it's good to go now. But I just want to put that out there that you have to be careful with them when you first do them because the glitter is still going to be wet on the inside of your ball here or your ornament. So I got these ornaments at Walmart and they were $4.98. Yeah, $4.98 for 4. I didn't find them at the Dollar Tree. So I am going to walk through the process on how to do it with you so that you can create these. It's something cute that you can create with the kiddos. So you're going to need an ornament. This is the glass ones, the glass ornaments. And then I have some just regular glue here. And then I have the polyacrylic that I'm going to be using on the inside of the ornament. And then I have 2 colors of glitter. Not really sure which one I'm going to use because I'm not going to do another red one. And then I have some acrylic paint in black just for the sides of my cardstock. So I went ahead, I printed out just on regular paper the little front part of the lens. And then I have 6 pieces of cardstock in black that I'm going to be gluing together. And then I'm going to put this on the front of it. And then I'm going to hot glue this to the front of my ornament. So you can see it has a little bit of thickness. You can put as many pieces of cardstock as you want. Now my cardstock, I did them 0.813 in size. That's 0.813, and that's height and width. And then I made my little lens front the same size so that it would fit perfectly, okay, on there. So I'm going to glue all these together. And then I have the black acrylic shiny or glossy paint to put around the side so I can make that black as well. And then I'm going to hot glue this onto the ornament. So with the one that I created already, you can see that it has that where it's protruding out, which is the look that you want to go for, instead of just taking a sticker paper and sticking it on there, which I don't think look as nicely or more realistic or as realistic as this one. And so I'm going to show you the quick way to do it with just cardstock. Okay. So I've already did the part in Cricut Design Space. Again, I have 6 pieces of black cardstock cut out in little circles, and the circles are 0.813 in width and height. I already have my vinyl cut out for Santa Cam that I'm going to be placing on there. So I have my words already ready. I have some transfer tape to remove the vinyl and get it onto the ornament. And then I have the polyacrylic, which is I'm going to be putting a little bit of that in here. And then once I get the polyacrylic all in there, then I'm going to be using one of these glitters on the inside to get the color. So the first thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and I'm going to start with gluing these first together so that they can be sitting while I do the other part. So I'm just going to take all of my little pieces and just use some regular glue. You don't have to use the hot glue on this part. However, I will be using hot glue on the part that I'm going to stick to the actual ornament. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here in the center like that. And then I'm just going to take my cardstock, stick it right on top of that one, and just continue the process. So again, I have 6 pieces. You can use more than 6 if you choose, but 6 gave it enough volume for me to make it look like a lens, a camera lens. So you don't have to use a lot of glue, just enough, because you don't want it sticking all out on the sides, because we're going to be painting that black. So you can see the volume is starting to build. Okay. And like I said, you can use more than 6 if you choose, but 6 was perfect for me. Okay. And last one on. So I recommend to do this part first so that while you're doing the other part to fill the ornament, this can be drying. Okay, so that's going to be the volume. And let's just make sure we got it all lined up properly. And then to hide the white around the sides, I'm going to be using some black acrylic paint, just like I did on the previous one, so that it looks even more realistic, like a little lens. And now we're going to put on the front of the lens. Okay, so there we have it. We have our little lens, and then we're going to paint that black. So I would not, guys, I mean, unless you just want to spend money to, you know, get the lens off of Amazon or Etsy or whatever, knock yourselves out. But I don't understand why, if you can just use cardstock, because it's, you know, it's just for the kiddos anyway. They know it's not a real camera lens. Like, come on now. All right, so while I'm going to sit this to the side and allow it to be drying while we go on to the next part. All right, so we're just going to sit this to the side over here. And we're going to go ahead and get started with this part. Now, you want to make sure that you've wiped down your ornament so that you can remove any impurities, so that your vinyl will stick, you know, fine. And I actually did this to all of them when I first purchased them, and then I put them back in the container there. So you're going to remove the little silver piece, and then you're going to take, and I recommend, I don't know why I didn't bring it over here. Hold on one second. I had already brought this over. But I recommend just using a little mug or something to hold your ball for you in place. And I have a piece of paper that I'm going to be pouring my glitter over in. So just take your ball, not ball, but your ornament, and just place it inside a mug or something like that, just so it can hold in place for you. And then I have a little cup here that I'm just going to pour a little bit of this polyacrylic over in. And this polyacrylic, whatever I don't use, I'm just going to pour it back in here. So, you know, you'll be able to reuse it. So just going to pour this in. Okay, just like that. And then you're just going to kind of swirl it around to cover up the inside of the ornament. I'm just going to hold it over the container of polyacrylic here. This polyacrylic, guys, I bought this stuff, I don't know when. It's been a while, but it lasts a long time. So you can get it. I think I got this at Walmart. It was either Walmart or the craft store, but I think it was at Walmart. All right, so you see how I just went all the way around, and you just want to look, kind of eyeball your ornament to make sure that it's fully covered with the polyacrylic. Okay, so if you take it and you kind of swirl it slowly around like that, you can ensure that you get proper coverage on it. And you want to make sure that you do take care of the top part here, so that your ornament has coverage all the way throughout. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put my glitter. I think I'm going to go with the gold. I'm going to take my glitter and I'm going to pour it inside some paper. And I've already folded the paper so that I can pour it easily into the ornament. So I'm just going to put a nice amount here of glitter, so you guys can see that. And then still with the ornament sitting inside of your mug, you're just going to go ahead and put that glitter inside. Okay, just like that. And when you do the folded paper like that, it kind of helps, and you're going to do the same thing. Just swirl it all around until you get your inside of your ornament covered all the way. That for just a second. And open up my paper here, because whatever falls out, I'll be putting back in. So I'm just going to hold my finger over it and turn it. And I say my finger, but I'm in my hand. You want to make sure you got coverage all the way throughout. Okay. So you can see it's completely covered. No area left uncovered. Okay, so this is the part where you want to make sure you're careful, because it's wet on the inside. And if you start shifting it around, then your glitter is going to move. So at this point, you want to be really careful, because it takes 2 hours or so for it to dry completely. And you can see that I didn't have very much glitter left over. So you want to go ahead, cover up your polyacrylic, because you're finished with it. And that can go back in my cabinet. And go ahead and close up our glitter. We're done with that. All right, so, let me put this little bit of glitter back in. Now you can use whatever color you like to use. Again, like I said, I've already completed the red one, so I don't want to do another red one, and I'll probably send this to someone. So, all right, so once you get that done, you want to kind of swirl your ball in your mug where you can have a good visual for placing your Santa and your Cam on your ornament, okay? So I did not make my Santa and my Cam super big, because I want it to lay flat, and I don't want it to have air bubbles in it. So I want to make sure that I have, I didn't make it too big. Don't want to eat that much. All right. So we're going to go ahead and transfer Santa. We got that on our transfer tape. And then we're going to I'm going to use my spatula to varnish this over, the Santa over to the transfer tape. So all I'm doing is just pressing down on the Santa to get it off of the off of the vinyl backing, off of the vinyl paper backing, and onto my transfer tape. And then you're just going to peel it up like that. So now we have the Santa on the transfer tape, and we're going to be eyeballing this Santa on here. Up a little bit. And then once I get it layered on here or laid on, I will show it to you. I might need to stand up so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So there we have Santa on. You guys can see that. And I'm being just extra careful because I don't want my vinyl to start shifting. Not my vinyl, but my glitter to start shifting on the inside, moving around. When you make your letters too long going this way, that's when you end up with your bubbles, air bubbles in there. So you always want to make sure that your letters are not too long. And I kind of measured how long I wanted this so that all of my letters would lay flat and not be sticking up. Might have to get my other varnishing tool because it looked like this one is giving me a run for my money. We're just trying to get the Santa off and don't want to move. So I'm going to have to get creative. Hold on one second. Let me see where all right. So I am going to have to get a little bit creative here to try to get these letters up. And I'm not sure why they're sticking like this or not coming off so easily. It may be this it may be the transfer tape. Let's try it one more time. And then if it doesn't work, I'm going to get some alcohol. All right. Hold on one second. When all else fails, get alcohol. So I'm just going to wipe a little alcohol on here to see if I can help it stick. Because it is acting crazy. And I've already wiped them down. When I first got them, I did them all at one whop. So I'll try it one more time. I don't know what this is that look like it's stuck on here. Just make sure the alcohol is dry. And let's go in again. All right. All righty, it looks like it might be sticking this time. Let's just see. I had to do some real work. I didn't have to do this much with the other print that I used on my red one. I can just get one little part of it to stay down. I think it's my transfer tape. Okay, there we go. So you might have to kind of play with it a little bit. And when you get a situation like that where it's not sticking, you know, just wipe whatever surface down with the alcohol. And there you have it. So there's our Santa. And now we're going to leave space for our cam. I mean, not our cam, but our camera. And then we're going to put the cam on here. And hopefully we don't have as many problems with the cam as we did with the Santa. All right, so we got our cam. We're going to leave just enough room for our lens. So let's see, if the lens was sitting there, I'm going to throw my cam right here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and varnish the cam on. Now you can make your letters bigger, but like I said, the bigger the letters are, the more wider you go, then you're going to end up with your letters bubbling up and not laying flat. So that's why I have mine as small as I do. All right, so that's what it was. It was the alcohol. I needed to use that alcohol. All right, so there I have Santa and the cam on there. And now I am going to take, and I'm just going to put a little bit of acrylic paint around the edge here. I'm just going to put a little dab on this little towel, not towel, but little napkin, because I'm only going to need a small bit. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. I just don't want any white showing. And so that's why I'm using the acrylic paint. 1 second. Let's see if I find my brush. I put it on the table, but I guess I didn't. Let's see if it feels. All right, hold on. All right, let me grab a paintbrush. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit of acrylic paint. I like to use glossy because to me it just looks better. But I'm just going to paint around the edges so that it's not any white showing. So that you can make it truly look like your own little lens. I don't want to get this paint all over my nails. I may not have any choice but to get a little bit on there. All right, so you can see how we're covering up the white space. And like I said, you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. I'm just trying to make mine as close to the little lens without people being able to tell that it's, you know, cardstock or something else. All right. So next up, try not to get paint all on your hands like I did. I am going to take, it's just that alcohol. And now use my hot glue gun, which I have going right here. And I am going to put this camera lens or make-believe camera lens. I'm going to be gluing it onto the front here. I think I got a little ink on my camera lens, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little hot glue on here. And I leave the hot glue up where it kind of like protrudes a little bit so that it'll help the camera lens kind of stick out. And we're going to put it right in the center. Just like that. So now I have my camera lens in the middle of my Santa Cam. And again, be very careful. I think I got some ink down here I'm gonna have to wipe off. And I would highly recommend that you not put this back in until this part has dried, because if you put this in now, then you can scrape the glitter from the inside. Once you do let this dry and you put this back in, then you can take like a ribbon or some yarn, you know, that is a complementing color to your ornament, and tie it around this part so that you can then hang it. So like I used a little ribbon to put this one on. So it's ready to hang directly onto the tree. Okay. So that's it, guys. The other thing that I did that I will tell you is I did take and I stepped outside and I sprayed the front of my lens with a little bit of this Mod Podge to give it like a shiny look. So if you have some clear acrylic sealer, Mod Podge or whatever kind you have, then I would recommend that you spray the front of the little cam, and you can do that actually before you put it on here. I just didn't think about it until I just looked at the can, but that'll give it even more. So you can see how it's sticking out and you don't see any white parts protruding, and that's because we colored it in black there. And so that's our Santa Cam, guys. Something fun and quick that you can do with the kiddos, and then tell them Santa's watching. Every time they're doing something, just know that Santa is watching, okay? You got the Santa Cam going. All right, guys, that's it. If you have any questions about this process, then feel free to reach out. I'll be more than glad to assist you with any questions that you might have, but I just wanted to show you a different way that you can do the Santa Cam without worrying about where to purchase the lens. We all know that, you know, they're not real. It's not real anyway. It's not recording anything. So why do you need to go out and invest in actual camera lenses when you can just use some cardstock and an image of a camera lens? And, you know, this is just regular copy paper. I had the black cardstock there. So that's it. If you have any questions about this process, guys, feel free to reach out. I will be more than glad to help you. And if you have a problem with your vinyl sticking like I did, just go ahead and re-wipe it down with some alcohol and it'll come off your transfer tape like a champ, just like you saw me do. And that's it, guys. Again, thank you guys for being in my group, Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters on Facebook. Thank you all so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed and you like my tutorials and you're seeing me for the first time, then please like, share, and subscribe. All right. And you know, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day. Bye.